and welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Caller and I'm here with Sandy Manuel of EPAM. And we're at the Strategy for Success in Payments and Transaction Services event. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
As an industry, the financial services has not kept pace with other industries in terms of using technology to meet the core needs of its consumers. Why do you think this is and what can be done about it?
It's a good question. I think historically most institutions and most organisations have been able to actually offer services in a way that was expensive to deliver. With the advent of apps and digital, the cost of delivery has dropped to a level that's is unprecedented. So therefore, that's caught businesses off guard. So the reason why it's happened in terms of they're not able to completely reimagine or reframe their business from an app-centric world, and actually what's the core experience that people are looking for in that type of environment. So I would suggest that that's one of the reasons why.
You suggest just focusing on the core consumer needs before the technology stack. But does this limit the opportunity for developing technology to differentiate the services?
Yeah, and actually this is a question that we often have internally and also with businesses that come to us in terms of from a technology point of view. The analogy that we often like to think of is HD, DVD and Blu-rays. At that time, both of those, Sony and the rest of the community were trying to actually, of that particular part of the business community, were trying to create a IP platform that would control the market. The amount of time that it took for them to agree a common standard, the entire market and the world just simply moved on onto broadband and made the entire debate moot. So coming from a technology first perspective means that you might miss the mega trend. Having a blend of the two allows you to be conscious of this thing called the internet in this instance that met the need better.
So what's the balance between consumer needs and technology?
I think it's 50-50, as you saw in the presentation. It's not to say that going to core human needs will always stand you up, because there needs to be technically delivered in a way that makes sense. But the analogy that I often like to think of is John Lewis. So why on earth do I go to John Lewis when I could actually go to Amazon and get it cheaper? There's something lovely and reassuring about that warming smile that you get across the counter, and actually in terms of the app design, it plays to those sensibilities. And by having a blend of both business design, human touch and technology means that in that particular instance, even if John Lewis, for example, falls behind the curve, the amount of goodwill they've generated buys them the space to be able to say, you know what, we can catch up. And that, I think it's a reason for the blend of the two.
Sandy, thank you very much. Thank you for watching.